My phone lit up at exactly 3:14 a.m. I blinked into the screen, still half asleep. It was a text from Kelly. "I'm at Matt's house. Come get me or we're done." Matt, her coworker Matt. The one she swore was like a brother. The one she always got weirdly defensive about. I sat up in bed, heart pounding like a drum. The room was pitch black except for my phone screen. I stared at the message for maybe 5 seconds. Then I typed back one thing. "We're done then." 2 seconds later, the phone started blowing up. Text after text after text. Her tone flipped immediately. "You're weak. This was a test. You failed. I told you I needed you and you ignored me. Matt's house is right here, you could have proved you cared." Then she sent the location. Matt's actual address. Not just a bluff. I just sat there, stunned. Not sad. Not hurt. Just furious. Like I'd been played in some kind of sick, manipulative little drama she'd been writing in her head for months. I started screenshotting everything. Every message. Every location drop. Every accusation. I didn't respond once after that first text. Just silence and screenshots. Then I opened Facebook, went to Matt's wife's page. Denise. I'd only met her twice, but I remembered she was pregnant. About 6 or 7 months along, last I heard. I clicked, message. Attached all the screenshots. No explanation. No commentary. Just the full thread of texts from Kelly and that shared location with her standing inside Denise's husband's house at 3 a.m. Sent. Timestamp said 3:31 a.m. Then I threw my phone face down on the dresser, got back in bed, and turned the volume all the way off. Let them all scream into the void. I was done listening. I woke up around 8, sun blasting through the blinds like it was trying to piss me off on purpose. I rolled over, reached for my phone, and the notifications were stacked like bricks. 89 texts, dozens of missed calls, 7 voicemails, all from Kelly. I didn't even press play. I could tell from the previews. "Please just come get me. Jake, I messed up. Denise kicked us both out. I'm sitting outside. Please." I opened Instagram next just to check. Yeah, she'd been there all night. Full story highlights of her and Matt. Selfies on his couch, glass of wine in hand, wearing one of his old high school football shirts. One pic showed her holding a red Solo cup with the caption, "Always feels like home here." Yeah. She sure looked miserable. Then my messages pinged again. This time from an unknown number. "This is Denise. I saw everything. Thank you." I replied, "I'm sorry you had to see that." She came right back, "I'm not." Found Kelly's bra under the comforter. "They're both gone. I'm keeping the house." That was it. Just cold, straight, done. A minute later, I got a text from Matt. "You seriously ruined everything. This was abusive, man. What you did wasn't okay." I laughed out loud. Abusive? Sending proof of 2 grown adults cheating on a pregnant woman was abusive? Dude had the balls to screw around and then cry victim when the fallout hit. Around 10, there was a knock at my door. I looked through the peephole. There she was, Kelly. And next to her, arms crossed and pissed off like she owned the place, was her mom, Lisa. I opened the door halfway, kept the chain on. Lisa spoke first. "You need to let Kelly in. She's got nowhere else to go. That girl loved you." I didn't even look at Kelly. "She's not on my lease. She doesn't live here. She stayed here for over 2 months. That counts." "No, it doesn't. Pay rent. Her name's not on a single piece of paper." Kelly finally chimed in, her voice already cracking. "Jake, please. I didn't think it'd go like this. I didn't mean to lose everything." I cut her off. "You didn't lose everything. You threw it all in the trash. There's a difference." Lisa started waving her phone in my face. "We'll talk to someone about this. You can't just kick someone out like a dog." "She doesn't live here," I repeated. "There's nothing illegal about telling someone to leave when they were never invited to stay." Kelly tried to push the door. I didn't flinch, just shut it and clicked the lock. Through the door I heard her cry, "You don't even care that I have nothing." I didn't respond. They stood out there another few minutes. I heard Lisa say something about getting a lawyer. Then their footsteps faded. and the car pulled out of the lot. I sat back down, grabbed my coffee, and just stared out the window while I sipped it. She thought she was walking back into the same life she torched 3 hours earlier. I was finishing my second coffee at my desk when the front desk called my extension. "There's a Matt here to see you. Says it's a family emergency." I sat up straight. "Matt who?" "Didn't say a last name. He's got 2 guys with him. Should I call security?" "No," I said. "I'm coming down. Keep them right there." As soon as I hung up, I hit record on my phone, slid it in my front pocket with the mic facing out. I wasn't taking chances. I took the stairs instead of the elevator. Needed to burn some of the adrenaline off before I saw his face. They were standing near the reception desk like they owned the place. Matt, in his stupid puffy vest, arms crossed. One guy was bald. The other had Oakleys pushed up on his head even though we were indoors. As soon as Matt saw me, he stepped forward like he expected me to flinch. I didn't. "You really think that was okay?" he snapped. I kept my hands at my sides. "You're gonna have to be more specific. You destroyed my marriage, man. You blindsided Denise in the middle of the night. That was sick." I tilted my head. "No, bringing my girlfriend to your house at 3 in the morning. That's what destroyed your marriage." The bald friend stepped in like I was about to get jumped. "Look, you made your point, but now you're pushing it. Be a man. Apologize and help him out. His whole life's upside down." I actually laughed. Right in his face. "You want me to help with lawyer fees? Is that real? You want me to fund his divorce after he screwed my girlfriend in his pregnant wife's bed?" Matt's face turned red. "We didn't plan this, all right? Things got complicated." "Yeah," I said, cutting him off. "Complicated starts when your side chick's underwear ends up in your wife's sheets." One of the front desk girls must have hit the panic button because 2 of the building security guards came walking up fast. "Is there a problem here?" the taller one asked. Matt tried to play calm. "We're just having a conversation." "Conversation's over," I said. "They don't have an appointment. They're not guests. And this isn't a family emergency." Security looked at me. I nodded. They turned to Matt and his 2 sidekicks. "We'll need to walk you out. We're also going to need license plates. You're now trespassed from the building." Matt tried to say something else, but one guard put a hand up. "Let's go." They got marched out through the side entrance like kids who got caught stealing. I stayed in the lobby until they were out of sight, then went back up to my desk and emailed the audio file to myself, just in case. Later that afternoon, Denise messaged me on Facebook again. "Do you still have the screenshots? My lawyer needs them." I sent every single one. No edits. No explanations. Just the truth. Less than 24 hours later, Kelly made her grand comeback. On Facebook of all places. Her post was long. I didn't read the whole thing. Just the first line was enough. "Sometimes we think we've found safety in someone, but toxic masculinity shows up disguised as love." She went off about abandonment, emotional neglect, and being punished for asking for help. Said I was cold and performative, and something about how I weaponized her vulnerability. I wasn't going to say anything. I figured people could connect the dots on their own, and they did. The very first comment was brutal. "Didn't you cheat with a married man whose wife is pregnant?" That comment hit like gasoline. People piled in fast. A few old friends of hers from high school. Some of Matt's relatives. Even a couple co-workers, probably from their office. One woman posted, "Girl, you wore his shirt and posted it. You documented your own home wrecking." Someone else dropped the screenshots. All of them. The text thread, the Instagram stories, the location drop. It was over from there. The comments section exploded. Memes. Side-by-side comparisons. One guy even made a fake movie poster titled The Gaslight Queen. She deleted the post within the hour. But by then, the screenshots were already in circulation. People were reposting them on their stories with captions like, "Never let your girlfriend get this comfortable at someone else's house." And somehow, after all that, she still thought she could win. 3 days later, I get a text from my mom. "Guess who's on my porch?" Called her. "You serious?" "Yep. Your ex and her little slideshow presentation. I made cookies, but not for her. I left work early and drove over. By the time I pulled into the driveway, Kelly was walking out the front door holding a flash drive and looking humiliated. Her eyes were red. I didn't say a word, just got out and nodded at her like, "Go on then." She passed me, didn't speak, didn't look up. Got in her mom's car and they drove off. Inside, my mom was in the kitchen, still chuckling to herself. She had a full slideshow, Jake. I'm talking titles, bullet points, transitions, even background music. You're kidding. Nope. She called it When Love Feels Like Silence. I damn near spit out my tea. I just stared at her. And you sat through it? Only the first 5 slides. Then I said, "Sweetie, cheating doesn't get undone with cookies and a PowerPoint." We both laughed for a minute straight. Mom slid a tray of snickerdoodles toward me. I told her you're not a rehab center for broken women who screw married men. 2 days after the slideshow stunt, Matt and Kelly officially outed themselves as a couple. They posted a photo on Facebook, both of them sitting on a park bench, holding hands, big fake smiles. Caption said, "Sometimes love grows where it's least expected." I don't know what they expected. Applause? The comments came in hot. First one was from Matt's cousin. "Expected it right around the time y'all got caught." Then another, "Bro, your wife is still pregnant. The baby isn't even born yet." Then Matt's sister jumped in. "You cheated on Denise with your coworker and posted about it like it's a Hallmark movie. Clown behavior." I refreshed the post and watched the whole thing burn in real time. But it was Matt's mom that dropped the nuke. She wrote, "This is disgusting. Denise is the only daughter-in-law I'll ever claim. You two deserve each other. I raised you better than this, Matthew." 67 likes in under 10 minutes. No replies, just silence under that comment. Someone screenshotted the whole thing and posted it to a local Facebook group, People of Rockford, Public Messes, or something like that. Their photo was the cover image for a full 12 hours. By that evening, the post was gone. Deleted. Vanished like it never happened. But the damage? Permanent. Denise didn't say anything publicly. She didn't have to. She let the internet do the roasting. But she was definitely watching. Because not even 24 hours later, I got a message from her. "You still have the timestamps and the old location drop from Kelly?" I replied, "Yeah, everything. Good. Sending to HR tonight." Anonymous. I didn't ask anything else. Just sent the files. I knew where they both worked. Same company. Corporate office. Policies about workplace relationships were strict. And trust me, Denise knew the rules better than anyone. If Matt and Kelly thought they were just going to quietly date and move on like nothing happened, they were about to learn what consequences felt like. The cherry on top? Denise made her own post that night. Nothing dramatic. Just a photo of her smiling with her hand on her belly. Captioned, "Peace looks good on me." No drama. No shade. Just peace. And somehow that hit way harder. Matt and Kelly? They had each other. And from the outside, it already looked miserable. 2 days after Denise dropped the hammer, I got a text from a buddy who worked in the same building as Matt and Kelly. "Yo, your favorite couple just got called into HR one after the other." I didn't respond, just smiled to myself. I knew exactly what was happening. Company policy said all interoffice relationships had to be disclosed immediately. Not just dating, any romantic involvement. And HR took it seriously, especially when it crossed department lines like theirs did. Denise didn't even have to say who she was. The screenshots did all the talking. A few hours later, I got another message from the same guy. "They're both suspended. Admin leave pending investigation." Kelly didn't waste any time. That night, she called me from some random number. I picked up, not recognizing it. Her voice came through shaky and fake soft like it always did when she wanted something. "Jake, I just got suspended. HR said we violated policy." "You really sent everything to Denise?" I didn't lie. She asked. I gave her the truth. "But now I'm probably gonna get fired," she said, her voice cracking. "I need help, like legal help. I can't afford a lawyer." "Then ask Matt." I said. That's your man now, right? She didn't say anything, just started crying harder. You knew the policy, I added. You chose to sneak around. What do you want from me? I didn't think it'd go this far. I didn't think you'd hate me this much. I don't hate you, Kelly. I just stopped protecting you. I hung up. Couple days later, I got the update from my buddy again. It's official. HR just fired them both. Matt got caught submitting work dinners with Kelly on his corporate card, like actual company paid dates, disguised as business meetings. But HR dug into the receipts and figured out fast they weren't client-related. Kelly, on the other hand, had been logging hours from Matt's place. Whole blocks of time she claimed she was working, but GPS data and Wi-Fi logs didn't line up. One of the IT guys flagged it. That alone was grounds for termination. I looked it up on LinkedIn later. Both their names were gone from the company directory within 24 hours. Kelly didn't call again, but she did text once more. I'm scared. I lost everything. I left it on read. Matt tried to post some cryptic thing on Instagram like, growth comes through pain. Sometimes a breakdown is a breakthrough. Nobody commented. Nobody cared. Meanwhile, Denise sent me a thumbs-up emoji and a single line. HR thanked me. About 3 weeks after they got fired, Denise messaged me again. Court date's done. You want the update? I told her yes. She didn't hold back. Her lawyer wiped the floor with Matt. She kept the house, full custody, child support locked in through age 18, and alimony for 10 years. On top of that, the judge awarded her Matt's truck because she didn't have reliable transportation and was still pregnant. Matt didn't say a word in court, according to Denise. Just sat there with his cheap suit and his shame, barely making eye contact. His lawyer tried to push some weak narrative about emotional confusion and stress at home, but the judge didn't care. The receipts told the story. Matt left court with nothing but a backpack and a revoked access card. No car, no job, no home. He moved back in with his mom the same day. The same mom who flamed him in front of half the internet. My buddy from town said Matt was borrowing her sedan to get around and using the church Wi-Fi to apply for jobs. Speaking of church, turns out his pastor didn't stay neutral. Denise's cousin goes there too. She told me Matt's whole story ended up as a full-blown sermon series on betrayal and integrity. Every Sunday, the man got used as a cautionary tale. A grown man being turned into a life lesson for teens and middle-aged dads. Meanwhile, Kelly's world kept falling apart. Remember the apartment she had before we started dating? Lease got voided. She wasn't living there, and the landlord found out she'd been basically shacking up with me for months without updating her address. Lease violation. Eviction notice taped to her door. And since she'd sold her car back when we were together, something about saving money since we always drove mine. Now she had no way to go anywhere. She was couch hopping, begging friends to let her crash. Most of them ghosted her after the HR disaster and Facebook drama. Then, on a random Thursday afternoon, I opened my door and there she was. Kelly. Hair a mess. Hoodie too big. Holding something in her hand. I just need a second, she said. Voice shaky. She held it up. Pregnancy test. Positive. My heart stopped for half a second, but only half. I didn't say a word. Just stepped back inside, grabbed my phone, snapped a photo of it, and reverse image searched it. Took all of 10 seconds. Pinterest. The exact same stock photo, same hand position, same background. I turned the phone around and showed her. She blinked like she'd been slapped, then dropped the test on my doorstep and ran off, hoodie flapping behind her. Didn't even try to lie. Didn't say a word. She disappeared down the street, probably calling her mom. Probably spinning a whole new story about how I wasn't ready to be a father. I picked up the test with a paper towel and tossed it straight in the trash. About a month after the fake pregnancy stunt, I heard Matt tried to appeal the divorce ruling. Didn't work. Judge didn't even entertain it. The ruling stood. He owed Denise over $2,500 a month between alimony and child support. No reductions. No deferrals. Nothing. He picked up a job working overnight at a Walmart 3 towns over. Stocking shelves. The same guy who used to brag about his corner office energy. was now breaking down pallets at 2 in the morning. His mom drove him to every shift. Didn't trust him with her car anymore. One of my buddies said he saw them in the parking lot once. Matt slouched in the passenger seat while she smoked a cigarette and stared out the window like she'd never regret anything more than giving birth to that man. And the friends Matt used to hang with? They flipped on him too. Someone made a group chat called Mattress Back Chronicles. All memes, jokes, and receipts. Apparently even his best man from the wedding was in it, cracking jokes about how Matt fumbled a family for someone who couldn't even hold down a part-time receptionist gig. Kelly didn't do much better. She tried dating again, like nothing had happened. Didn't last. One guy dumped her after finding out about the Facebook disaster. The next one, she got caught sending nudes to some guy who was already taken. The girl found them and blasted the screenshots in a group chat they were all in. That was the last straw for most of her friends. They cut her off cold. A week later, she moved back in with her mom. Lisa didn't make it easy. Charged her rent. Made her sign a little living agreement like she was a stranger. Kelly was complaining about it on her Snapchat story. Something about emotional abuse and family turning on you. Nobody replied. And then came the text. New number. New tone. Same old desperation. Jake, I know I screwed up, but I really loved you. I just didn't know how to ask for help. I stared at it for a second, then blocked the number. No dramatic reply. No long speech. I wasn't her emotional trash can anymore. Let Matt deal with the mess. If there was one thing I'd learned from all this, it was that people will torch their own lives and expect you to hand them the hose after. About a month later, Denise had the baby. Healthy, beautiful little girl. Named her Hope. She posted a picture from the hospital, her holding Hope, smiling, with her new boyfriend standing behind them. Her OBGYN. The same guy who helped deliver the baby. Apparently they hit it off during the checkups, and after everything with Matt, she wasn't wasting time on garbage anymore. Matt saw the post, lost his mind. He wrote this long, bitter rant on Facebook. Something about betrayal, women being heartless, and doctors taking advantage of fragile families. Claimed he was being replaced like trash. Denise's lawyer printed the whole thing and handed it to the judge at the next custody hearing. Straight into the file. That alone killed any chance Matt had of getting more time with his kid. His wages got garnished. Full amount, no discounts. Denise told me he cried in court. Not quiet tears. Full sniffling, eyes red, holding his head in his hands. Meanwhile, Kelly finally got a job. Call center position in Joliet. 2 towns over. Takes her 3 buses to get there. Leaves before sunrise. Gets home after dark. Still living with her mom. Still paying rent. Still blocked on everything. That fake pregnancy test she tried to pass off on me? It became a full-blown local meme. People use it to call out liars now. Don't pull a Kelly is something I've seen in comment sections on neighborhood pages. And me? I got promoted. Assistant project manager now. Bigger paycheck, better office, no more micromanaging. I also started dating someone. Her name's Ashley. Met her at a board game night through a mutual friend. She's smart, sharp, junior architect. No drama. No nonsense. The first time I told her the Kelly story, she laughed so hard she asked me to repeat it at dinner the next week for her sister. She's still asking for updates. She says it's like watching a live soap opera. I told her we're in the finale now. Matt's still stuck. Still working graveyard shifts. Still living with his mom. Still being used in sermons every Sunday as what happens when you throw away your blessings. Kelly's still stuck too. Probably waiting for the next person to save her. And me? I'm free. I'm good. To anyone getting ultimatums at 3 in the morning? Let them go. Would you have told Denise everything like I did? Or kept out of it? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you liked the story, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one.